Hey, all, Baruch Levi here, B from the Defiant Spirit. Thanks for tuning in. Just want to kind of update you on a lot of things going on and my work as a meaning counselor, Enneagram coach, helping people discover deeper meaning, greater purpose in their lives, cultivate resilience, has really taken a turn over these past 2.5 weeks at this point as I go live with this. Post Israel, so many of my clients have brought to me the feelings, the fears, the anger, the despair. I mean, so much after what Hamas did and continues to do, frankly, to innocent human beings. I guide people of all religions, faith traditions. Percentage of my clients are Jewish, but disproportionate amount are not. They come to me, however, I think partially because they know I'm a rabbi. They know, I think, and grapple deeply with this, but also because I'm a student of Viktor Frankl. And my work with them is his work, which is well, let's read it. He says, Dr. Viktor Frankl says, for what then matters is to bear witness to the uniquely human potential at its best, which is to transform a personal tragedy into a triumph, to turn one's predicament into a human achievement. There is no way out of this life without having to face what I call life's T's: transitions, tests, trials, traumas, tragedies. Ain't no way you're getting through this life without facing them. Now, most of us, God willing, will not have to face what the Israelis have and continue to face in Israel. But make no mistake about it, whatever it is you face is unique to you. So many people come to me and say, B, my problems are not like their problems. Could be Viktor Frankl's in the Holocaust, could be the abducted civilians who are now suffering underneath Gaza in the terror tunnels. Could be somebody else. It doesn't matter. This is not the suffering Olympics. It is not about comparing your struggles, your challenges, your suffering with anybody else's. Yours is uniquely your own. That's why Frankl says, by turning personal tragedy into triumph, by turning your predicament into a victory. And that's what I've been talking about nonstop with individual clients in group sessions, when I'm teaching in companies, or my podcast. If you just want to listen, jump over to defiantspirit.org. And the last 3, 4, 5, 6 podcast videos I've done are all around this simple idea, not so easy, not so simple to do, phrase, transforming tragedy into triumph. So how do we do that? Because at the end of the day, whether I'm into counseling somebody or living my own life, or I'm talking to a friend, everybody wants to know how. These are great platitudes. These are easy to say ideas until the shit hits the fan. And then it becomes real. It becomes personal. For many of us, we experienced what happened in Israel personally. And it has been a personal effort to transform tragedy into triumph. But whatever you're going through, how do you do it? There are so many ways. Frankl taught the Enneagram this way, teaches to give us tools and strategies. But here's a starting point. It's not the only way. And again, I talk a lot about this in my recent podcast, but here's a foundational way: by taking a deep breath. Now, I know it sounds trite. I know it sounds simplistic. It's not. Whenever I find myself in the grip of fear, in the grip of just being pulled into a particular situation, as an Enneagram 8, I go to anger. And I've had to deal so much with anger these past 2.5 weeks. I've stopped on multiple occasions and I've just caught my breath. And I just take a moment, because what Frankl teaches also is between stimulus and response, there is a space. Between things happening to us and us reacting, there can be a space. There's potentially a space, but so often there's no space. So before I can transform tragedy into triumph, I've got to get conscious. I got to get a grip. I got to stop firing off angry responses on social media to the haters, to the hater who says to me, these pictures we're seeing about Israel online are lies. They're propaganda. I said, so you're saying that, for instance, 40 babies murdered is a lie. Well, I'm not sure that that's a lie, this person said to me, but the fact that they're all decapitated, that was a lie. I mean, the anger that came up in me just from that, just that one data point, I can't even describe to you. Multiple times I've had to stop, catch my breath, and get out of anger and get back to a place of response. Now, it doesn't mean I don't still have that need to exact justice, to set the record straight. This hospital thing where the whole media and so many people I know are firing off, see, Israel's a perpetrator of war crimes. Oh, it wasn't Israel who did it? Oh, there weren't 500 people that were killed? I've had to hold back. Now, how have I done that? In 1,000 ways, not the least of which is KB. Take a deep breath. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. Catch your breath. Get back to your center. Now move forward with clarity. Now move forward with purpose. Now move forward in control. Because what happens is when we're in these tragedies, when we're in this darkness, when we're lost in all of this, we lose our breath. It's the first thing to go. And then after that, we can't think and we don't act clearly. And so one strategy is to take a deep breath. Another strategy is to make a stand. Viktor Frankl talks a lot about make your stand. Tell yourself, talk to yourself. I work with clients to voice it. Don't just think it, voice it. I'm going to make my stand. My stand is going to be that I'm not going to forget what I just witnessed, that I'm not going to let the haters spout off lies, spew their lies online, that I'm not going to let them take my courage, my strength from me, and I'm going to go to that rally, or I'm going to go back to the synagogue, even though a synagogue president was just killed in Detroit, or I'm going to go into a public setting, even though right now I'm afraid. I'm going to make my defiant stand. So taking a deep breath, getting back into your body, getting back into clarity, articulating, I'm going to make my defiant stand, and then doing something, taking action, right? Moving in a direction that all of that takes you. So there's 1,000 ways, there's 1,000 more. We're going to get there, but I just wanted to share with you that there's hope, there's strategies, there's practical ways to achieve what Dr. Frankl sets out as aspirational, and it is aspirational, to get back to transforming tragedy into triumph. I ain't there. You ain't there. We're not there, but we'll get there. We'll get there slowly. We'll get there methodically. We'll get there step by step, strategy by strategy, tool by tool, intention by intention, and day by day. There's a lot of work to be done. And if it's not this for you, then it's something else, because each and every one of you watching this has your own tragedy, or maybe it's not a tragedy. Maybe it's a transition or a trial or something that you're going through. It doesn't matter what it is. All that matters is that you know that there is always hope. There is always there's always tools and strategies to turn to by men and women who have been down this path before and have shown us, like Viktor Frankl, that we can turn tragedy into triumph. If you want more, jump over to thedefiantspirit.org, where you can learn more about the work that I do in working with you individually, or I have online programs, do it yourself, where you can learn how to transform tragedy into triumph. It is the work of a lifetime. It is why we are here. And unfortunately, it is not the last time that I will get on here and talk to you about taking the reins of your life and facing whatever it is you're facing, whatever tragedy you're facing, to turn it into your personal achievement, your tragedy into triumph. DefiantSpirit.org. Until the next time, defy your number, live your spirit.